Hey guys, welcome to the review show. I'm here with Ryan. We're going to talk about the finale for Kenobi. This has been a long overdue review. I was gone when this episode dropped, so I couldn't really do it. Ryan over here had problems with communication, so we can't. So I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
you're
no,
right.
I'm gonna throw you under the bus.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to keep this one short. I mean, like they've all been short. But just get my quick little thoughts out. I find this a very this is gonna be contain spoilers. If you guys haven't been like part of the series so far, I've been going into deep spoilers. So that's your kind of your warning. I found this finale disappointing, and I only liked 9 minutes of this finale, and that's pretty pathetic for how long this finale was. It's and it kind of frustrates me that this is the best. Oh, this is the best show ever. I'm like, I don't think we got what we promised though. We didn't get. I mean, we did, but not to the extent that they promised.
Not that your thoughts are condescending, but I have a little bit more positive outlook, which we
Mhm.
need sometimes in the review show, as the listeners
I
know
I have
that.
positive outlooks when they're done right.
Well, all right, Austin, like Jurassic World, the new Jurassic World,
That.
fantastic movie.
Mm, mm.
Anyways, I personally think Kenobi should have been a movie. That's what it was planned from the very beginning. And I think obviously them wanting to push out content on Disney Plus is a huge, huge, huge reason why this show was not received well.
And
Big reasons.
they did take because this was original this script that the script that they used in the show was the movie script. They just changed it around.
Yeah. And
Eh,
I have
on
heard
their own.
things that Deborah Chow had a totally different story written out, and Darth Maul was actually going to be a major character.
It wouldn't have made
But
sense.
Filoni and Favreau, yeah, I do like how Vader was a pivotal character in this, and we will talk about that, I'm sure. But I do think a big downfall of this series was the budget. Like they were limited
It's
to a
it's
20.
weird. I don't understand. Like this is your number one character of all time, and you
Oh,
give it like one of the lowest budgets. But no, you give Book of Boba Fett a
yeah.
fucking whatever that
Well,
fuck.
yeah, it's kind of obvious though, Austin, isn't it? If you think about it, everyone's gonna watch Kenobi. It's the name. Like,
Yeah, so it's
you
like
know, everyone and their mother's gonna watch it. So why would you go out of your way to make an incredible spectacle like some shows like House of Dragon, which is going to be the prequel to Game of Thrones. That has a massive budget, 100 million per season. Rings of Power is literally 500 million for season one that they filmed. Rogue One, which is my favorite Disney Star Wars content, was around 265 million. Kenobi, barely 20 million per episode, and that's only 150 for the entire show. If that's even accurate. We haven't actually
that's like
gone,
a small movie
we don't even
budget
know if that's
for
true.
Star Wars.
Yeah, and that's puny. 150 million, that's tiny. So I think the biggest thing for me was just the production value felt small. And when I say production value feels small, it's, episode 3, when they're on that planet that looks like Utah or something. And they're walking through, fields, and Obi-Wan says, this used to have families everywhere, but now it's overturned by Imperial mining. And it's like, you just see like one tiny little outpost with like two stormtroopers. You're like,
It's not like destroyed villages or anything like
right,
that.
yeah. So they don't have the
I mean,
budget to like go post editing and add like those visuals in the background. But that's just the biggest gripe that I have.
I I don't know, like this because this was like I knew I had my expectations pretty low for the show. I was like, I know it's gonna flop. But then those first two episodes came out. I was like, all right, I'm actually, and I was being way too nice for those. Then I was honestly really being way too nice for those episodes. And this kind of just shows like why I'm so hard on stuff. It's just because we we know how good our stuff can be when it's been shown previously how well they've been done. And
Yeah.
so and that's just why I'm on the other side of this is not a good show, guys. This is not. This is barely above average.
I agree with you, Austin, that it definitely does fall short of the praise that it deserves, and clearly it's gotten a 60% on audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. And personally, I'm glad. I bet you can relate with this. I'm kind of glad that Disney's seeing that, okay, people don't like this. I wonder why. Reading through the comments in Rotten Tomatoes, it's low production value. It's a story that's kind of cheesy and a lot of plot holes. However, as elementary as the plot was, I loved how they handled Kenobi's character and Vader's character. So at the end of the day, that's really all I wanted, and I was satisfied. It
Yeah, but it's
was.
hardly there.
I disagree. I disagree. I think Vader had some insanely good moments that just
No, like
built up the
like
character in the
there's
original trilogy.
like there's moments there, but everything else surrounding it is so hollow. It's like I don't even want to watch the show just to get to those points. I was like, I'll just watch it on YouTube. That's not,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I want to, before putting on the finale, I watched Revenge of the Sith. I was like, I'm just gonna watch, a couple moments. Turned out to watch the whole movie, and that's what I expect from these shows. But it's like, you know what? Yeah, I really don't care. I'm just gonna fast forward to, okay, there's a good part. Okay, then fast forward. Like that's what I'm gonna do with this finale. That I don't know how you're doing that, but so
I
like
agree. Yeah.
and there's only not it takes about 15 minutes to get to the fucking fight in this finale. I'm like, what is this 15 minutes of Leia getting pissed off at Obi-Wan that he is trying to distract the Empire, which by the way that they don't use fucking TIE fighters. Release all TIE fighters on.
Yeah. Dude, Austin, I hear you. Overall, it does deserve the 60%. I was mesmerized by that last duel between Kenobi and Vader. And I heard a lot of gripes on the first one and how Kenobi just felt like a little loser running
I
away
just didn't
from
like how it was
Vader.
shot. I didn't like how
I don't like
the
the shaky
first.
cam.
I don't really. Shaking cam was never really in Star Wars. I don't even think that the sequels even used shaky cam. So it's like it kind of came off like that YouTube video with the CGI Obi-Wan and versus Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, the remastered. Yeah.
It came off like that. I was like, oh, okay. Cool, I guess. But
Yeah.
so overall, let's talk about this episode. I enjoyed the fight whenever it didn't get cut off. Like literally the fight starts 2 minutes in. All right, we got to cut to Reva on Tatooine to see what she's up to. No one gives a fuck about Reva. And now
Hey,
I
you don't want to get demonetized now,
no,
Austin.
see, I'm not talking about the actress. I already defend the actress. Like in one of my videos, it took like 6 minutes of the video just talking about like how rude that was. But I'm talking about deliberately to her character. Her character is so poorly written. It's a weak character. No reason for her to even know that Anakin is Darth Vader. Doesn't make any sense. But in the movie, she was going to find out that Anakin was Darth Vader from Obi-Wan. So they just flopped it to make so then we can have Reva have a plot convenience into the story. It's like, okay, then you could have still had that other way. I don't, whatever. And so, and it's just convenient that Luke never sees her lightsaber. So it's like, oh, he can't see the lightsaber until A New Hope. And it doesn't, I just don't like the directing or the writing. I don't know if she wrote it, but if she did, she should never write ever. I
Deborah Chow.
Yeah, I don't know because she didn't write the Mandalorian stuff. That was Dave Filoni and all of them. So if she's the one that directed and wrote the whole entire of this season, I'm sorry if these aren't your own characters, you should never write again because you did it.
I hear you. Yeah. I definitely agree that there are a majority of the show, as badly as I don't want to admit it, is a lot of that filler. It's the side plot with like the Underground Railroad, but for Jedi. It's little Leia and her little droid, which is cute, but
which Leia gives Obi-Wan her droid for no reason. I guess it's supposed to symbolize like I'm that saying like I want I'm gonna give this, I'm gonna come back for that type of thing. And so it's like, but it doesn't make any sense at all. But also that tractor thing. Oh, we put a tractor on her. Oh no, that was the previous episode. It doesn't matter. I'm getting all frustrated. But so Darth Vader's chasing the small tiny ship, the small tiny ship, and they cannot get through their shields, even though that their shields are having problems. And so we're having Last Jedi, which overall I kind of enjoy the Last Jedi. There's moments definitely in it I don't like, but here is like a huge moment from the Last Jedi. It's like, hmm, I don't know about that. And but so they don't release TIE fighters, which doesn't make any sense because that Star Destroyer definitely has thousands of TIE fighters on them. But budget convenience, then why not just put your budget into that? What do they use their budgets for exactly though?
expenses
Pay.
that are, a new car for the CEO of Disney. There you go. That's what it is.
That's probably what it is. I just
But I mean, there are a lot of things that you think about, and you just have to try and like, okay, how does that make sense? But then you just say, okay, plot. They just really didn't think it through.
Oh, there's some moments like, okay, I can let that slide. Like Leia ran away from what we wanted in episode 2. It's like, all right, whatever. Even though I didn't really like it, I can let it slide. But then we have moments where Leia gets constantly captured. I'm like, Leia, when do you not get fucking captured? Like how many like you have like the most record in Star Wars history of being captured. It doesn't make any sense.
This is true, but it also makes sense that little Leia gets captured too.
And that she doesn't bring it in then her message in A New Hope. I was like, oh, thank you for saving me all those years ago from getting captured by idiots that couldn't capture me 5 seconds in of their plan. And so I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. That is why Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars property from Disney.
Because none of the original characters are in there.
But well, no, actually, it's really just because it fills in the biggest plot hole in cinematic history. Why is this space station have a big hole that you can just shoot a bomb in? That whole movie explains that. And the opening crawl in A New Hope, first paragraph literally says the rebellion just won their first victory against the Empire from their secret base, getting the secret plans to the Death Star. Literally the plot to Rogue One.
So we're gonna get a Star Wars story movie of why Leia gets constantly captured.
Exactly.
Yes. Got it. So then Obi-Wan takes this convenient other small ship that's in this other small ship that has hyperspace, has a hyperdrive apparently. That's kind of odd thing to have in there.
In Rebels, their little tiny ship that comes out of the big ship has hyperdrive capabilities.
But their big ship has a hyperdrive. But this big ship doesn't. It's like,
the big ship one was broken.
Well, then you could take out the hyperdrive and put it in that one.
Oh, Austin, it was so difficult in episode 1, Phantom Menace. The whole movie was about trying to get their hyperdrive fixed. It just doesn't happen. It's like, it's not like getting your tires rotated.
Oh, so they did have a small ship in that one as well. They just didn't want to use it. Okay. Got
it.
Maybe. I don't know.
There are a lot of small gripes. Yeah.
And Qui-Gon is the only character.
This is a big one. Yeah.
Well, he's also the only character to be stabbed and fully killed. Because Reva was stabbed at previous last episode. And she's fine. It's just like it's like being shot. I don't know.
If you're not stabbed in any place critical, like through your back with your spinal cord or your intestines, then you might survive. But yeah.
And so then Darth Vader also follows Obi-Wan. Instead of Darth Vader taking his own ship to follow Obi-Wan, he's like, just turn the Star Destroyer around, we'll follow them instead of going for the rebels, even though that he has multiple ships on the Star Destroyer to execute both. But we get to the duel. This is the best part of the show. 9 minutes. And but that doesn't, and this just doesn't really, it doesn't do that much for me. It's like, oh, okay, this is cool.
Really? You didn't enjoy it that
I
much?
enjoyed it and I will watch it on YouTube, but it doesn't make me want to go back and watch the show.
Wow.
I watched
Oh,
that like fight scene multiple times on YouTube, but then I'm like, oh yeah, it's on Disney Plus, so I can just watch it with better quality. But do I really want to fast forward when it's already edited for me? Um, so it's like, it's that kind of, it's just that kind of problem. And so, but I do like some of the callbacks where Obi-Wan says, I'll do what I must. It's like, that's cool. And then you will die. Uh, I mean, like, yes,
I
there's
thought that
cool.
was cheesy, but
I mean, it's better than whatever else we got. And so, I mean, like, I don't know. I do like the soundtrack for the fight though. I do enjoy it. I think it's pretty good and probably better than most soundtracks that we got for most Star Wars shows.
I will say I wish that they had some callbacks to Battle of the Heroes.
Mhm.
But there is a version on YouTube, if you guys want to search this up, that is a rescore of the fight with Battle of the Heroes, which is basically the theme that plays Anakin versus Obi-Wan in episode 3.
Mhm.
Really, really emotional with that music behind it.
I just wanted more emotion from Obi-Wan and
Really?
in these fights. I well like because like
You think we
he
got
well
emotion?
he says like I'm sorry for what has happened, but besides that, like there's no like actual talking while they're actually fighting. Like there should have been a couple things said while they're fighting. And so I'm trying to think of like what would have been perfect for those, but at this point it's like what even matters.
Are you
Um
just kind of thinking about like Battle of the Heroes and Revenge of the Sith, where they are having that banter? Like you were said to destroy, they said not join them, blah, blah,
well,
blah.
I guess we could talk about the mask thing where Obi-Wan cuts open Darth Vader's mask. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I do like seeing Hayden Christian in the suit, and like hearing his voice. It's like at first it's like, is that even Hayden? I was trying to look and it couldn't really tell, but when you actually stare at it, it's like, all right, I can actually see Hayden Christian in it. And so I was like,
Yeah.
this is pretty cool, and definitely the best part of the show. And
That
it just sucks that they don't use it to their full ability. We don't. They promise us like flashbacks. I mean, we did get a flashback, but they said flashbacks.
mm,
Um,
yeah.
I just wanted I like Hayden Christian. I just wish I got to see more of him.
Austin's wish list didn't really get fulfilled, is basically what we can
Well,
come.
it's not basically. It's like I don't like the show. I'm not disliking the show because they didn't follow what I wanted. I'm disliking it because they didn't pull it off well. So like the Riva character for once. At first, I was giving her benefit of the doubt. I was giving her the chance, but her character never fulfilled what she was like, what she was promising to do. And so it's just like she was just written terribly.
I
And
think her character could have been amazing. Basically, a Jedi youngling that has turned to the darks or turned to become an Inquisitor with the
this
main goal
this
to
would like
destroy
that would have been a
Vader.
cool show for her own, but they put it in
Yeah,
here.
I do think that her character was very two dimensional in terms of like, okay, I'm evil trying to get Kenobi to please Vader. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, plot twist, I want to kill Vader. I wish that throughout the show, since she had so much screen time, you have moments where you're like, oh, is she trying to kill Vader? Is she not like him or something? Where they have like maybe flashbacks to Jedi Temple.
Mm. And plus that when you first see this like younglings getting killed like in that first episode and actually see Riva, it's like, oh, okay,
They do
uh
show her, yeah.
like you're the youngling. And next they drag it
Yeah.
out. I'm like, why are you dragging us out? We already know. And it's supposed to be this huge
Yeah.
twist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because yeah, they show that in the very beginning and then don't address it until the second to last episode. Which wasn't a big fan of. Last thing I'll say about the Vader and Kenobi scene. Have you seen the theory where when Obi-Wan chops off his mask, it's the right side, and
I
then
mm-hmm.
Ahsoka in Rebels does the left side, but the only person who could take it fully off is Luke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's actually what they
I think it's well, I think they might have did it by accident, but it's like a cool comparison that people picked up.
yeah.
And Disney's got no, we attended that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you said that about the sequels too, and look how that went. Um,
I will say one last thing about one last gripe that I had. Qui-Gon Jinn. I think it was really cool that they brought back Liam Neeson.
he was put in
However,
poorly.
however, Qui-Gon Jinn actually never mastered the Force Ghost ability, so he never was able to get physical form before he died.
But those
They
comments,
mentioned that
and
in Revenge of the Sith.
I hate when people's like, well, if you wanted more stuff, go read the comics. I should not have to read the comics to understand the movies or shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate that bullshit. It honestly really gets on my nerves when people use that as a defense. But yes, but so those comics that saying like showing that Qui-Gon Jinn didn't know how, like, it can't like fully form, those comics aren't canon, so it's like Disney can do whatever they want with it. And it's like that's like such a minor little change that doesn't really bother me that much. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine, that's cool, I guess. But I can see why people are pointing it out though.
Yeah. And they even stated in Revenge of the Sith, basically, when he's talking to Yoda, or maybe it's even in Clone Wars when Yoda has his two episode arc where he's doing.
But you also see Qui-Gon Jinn in Clone Wars though as a Force ghost.
That was on the extremely force sensitive planet though, and they state that, I think, but I don't know. It's just a bunch of random nitpicks at this point.
Yeah, Obi-Wan conveniently is like, oh, Luke is in trouble, and so Obi-Wan goes
It's
to
all the way
Texas.
across the galaxy.
Yeah, and he gets there and no problem. I like they don't know how hyperspace works in this anymore. Like, you can hyperspace skip, you can I don't you can track through hyperspace. It's like we state the things in the original trilogy of how things work, and I didn't like, screw all that. So, but this is the most dumbest part. Obi-Wan, so Rivas goes like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't kill him. And Obi-Wan's because you are not him or something on those lines. And it's like, but she killed a bunch of people as an Inquisitor. What are you fucking talking about?
She says, did I become him? Did I become the thing I swore to destroy? And Obi-Wan's like, no, you didn't. But you're right.
And like, she says like, you honored them for not doing it. I'm like, she has a little youngling in like in a case back on the Inquisitor planet. What do you, unless that's one of the other Inquisitors, I don't know. That's like, I didn't like that youngling. Let's put him in there. I don't. It doesn't make any sense. So let's get our final verdicts for this episode. I'm gonna get your final verdict for the season overall. I'll do a season review at some hopefully this week, if not soon. But so first of all, what's your rating for this episode?
Rating out of 10, percentage. How should I rate?
You can do 1 out of 10 or letters, however you want it.
I will do a 7 out of 10, 70%, a C, flat C, not a C plus, not a C minus, flat C. Just because I didn't think it was fantastic, but I do think that there were some extremely redeemable moments that it had. So for that reason, I will give it a 7 out of 10. Okay. How about you, Austin?
For this episode, I'll give it a D plus.
D plus.
Because like I only literally only like 9 minutes of this, and so it's like those 9 minutes are really good. So they're like, I was on the verge of a D minus, but it's like I do like those so much, it's like bump it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so but yeah, it's a really flat finale. I think it's a really flat finale.
Not as flat as Stranger Things, and we'll get to that.
Oh, jeez, that's and I got a little hate from people I've been telling you. I didn't really like the finale for that much either. But so yeah, What's your like rating for the season? Like, I guess, or series. They want to do a season 2. It's obvious, but
Yeah. Rating for the season slash series is also a 7 out of 10
okay.
for the exact same reasons.
I think I can be on the same lines with you on that. But yeah, anyway, that's our finale episode review. Hope you guys enjoyed. I really wanted to bring a lot of energy to this video, but I was really disappointed. I would rather watch Dominion over this, sadly.
Oh, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa. I mean, The Minion is a
I
masterpiece.
think, well, I did give Dominion a D minus, but at the same time, this is a episode. It's not like a movie. But I don't know. Like this is it's so sad. I Star Wars is like a huge thing, so that's why I don't know. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys saw of Kenobi down below and this finale. There's a lot of people that really liked this episode. If you did, that's fine. I mean, I won't take advice or movie advice or show advice from you ever. But if you enjoyed it, that's fine. Um, but yeah,
Always extreme.
well, I mean, people. I tried to nag someone for going. I literally bothered someone for like weeks to go see Top Gun, and he finally goes sees it. It's like that's a great ass movie. I'm like, but anyway, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for Ryan for joining me, and like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.